Welcome, web crawlers. This is Ali Siegel reporting live from Alien Con. As you can see, there is a large line behind me. I don't know if they're waiting for some sort of seminar or an ancient alien photograph, but this is very exciting stuff. Maria and I, missing Maria, who is now filming this and recording, we already hit up one seminar bright and early this morning about UAPs. Are they the new UFOs? With some really intelligent, mind-bending men who said that Marilyn Monroe was killed because JFK told her about UFOs and she was blabbing about it, and she was offed because of that. Next, we are headed to a seminar on cryptids and different monsters. So stay tuned. Soon we will also survey the marketplace, get some interviews there. All right, stay tuned. Guys, we are so lucky now. We've talked about this organization before, MUFON, and we have Ron James. Ron, what do you do at MUFON?
I'm the media relations director for MUFON. So what that means is, like, if they want to feature us in a TV show or they need information from our database, I interact with the media to help productions get done.
How perfect that we get to talk to you today. So what does that really entail? What kind of information does the media ask for a lot?
Well, we have over 100,000 cases in our database, so a lot of times they'll find a photo online of a UFO that's from a MUFON report, and they'll reach out to us and they'll license it for their show. So we do a lot of work with The Proof Is Out There. They use a lot of our stuff. We just had a big episode on Ancient Aliens that they did all about us, but we're actually behind the scenes on a lot of episodes of Ancient Aliens and other TV shows, documentaries, newspapers, magazines, that kind of thing.
Tell us about that 2023 symposium that you guys have coming up.
So every year we do a national symposium, and MUFON is the oldest organization studying UFOs. So we're dedicated to the scientific understanding of the phenomenon for the benefit of humanity. And every year we have a symposium. We have speakers come from all over the world and talk to our membership. It's open to the public. And this year it's, are they friend or foe, whatever they are, we don't know yet. And so we have a lot of very interesting speakers coming. We're premiering a new movie that we've created called Accidental Truth. It'll be playing there. Yeah, and it's just a really great gathering for people. It's kind of like Alien Con, but it's not quite so commercial because this is mostly A&E and their stable of shows and people. But we're a part of that too.
Do you think they are friend or foe?
I think that we're going to find out that there's elements, just like human nature probably expands throughout the universe. And if there are other non-human beings that are engaged in interacting with the human race, there may be some with several different agendas. And, you know, we can't say as MUFON that there's aliens because we can't prove that scientifically. But there's a lot of pretty strong evidence for some sort of non-human intelligence interacting with the human race that goes back as far as recorded history.
I'm state director of MUFON for Southern California. I've got a team of 9 field investigators. We work regionally. People will see a UFO or they'll have an experience. You know, I mean, there are people that are have been abducted or visited. You know, but people will put their sightings in. They'll put in a case report through MUFON.com. That's if you see something in the sky that you don't understand, just go to MUFON.com, and there's 2 buttons you can push. You know, entity sighting, which would be like an abduction or a visitation, or you saw a UFO. I'll want to know where the person saw it. I'll get the coordinates, the weather patterns. I'll look for any nominal normal explanation for their sighting. I find that 5 to 10% of the UFO reports that come in are interesting. I don't know what they are. All right. Now, you know, I'm not saying that they are aliens, but they are aliens, right? We're at Alien Con. I've been with MUFON for about 8 years. Over that period of time, I have personally investigated and closed 900 UFO cases, which may be a record of some kind. Yeah, seriously. In fact, it's more than that because I'm also a part of MUFON's experiencer resource team. We're like a compassionate wing of MUFON. We're mostly healthcare professionals, MDs, psychologists, astrophysicists, philosophers. But there's PTSD that people will experience after having been abducted or visited, and we're able to compassionately help these people to get through what they've been through.
Is there a craziest sighting or abduction or a story that's really stuck with you over time?
There's so many. There's so very many. But well, right now I've got a full flight crew on a passenger jet that was going between Japan and Hawaii, and the main pilot is retiring next year. He did not report it until now. This happened in 2005 because he was afraid they would have him behind a desk because they tend to ground pilots, right, when they report UFOs. But he said, I don't have much to lose now. I don't think they're going to take away my pension, and things are more transparent officially now. Congress says that they're not going to, ridicule people because it is a real thing. I mean, disclosure has happened. It already happened. People ask me when disclosure is going to happen. But anyway, this full flight crew, they saw 3 flying saucers just past the international state line. It was still dark out. He said a little blue fingernail of blue is coming up the horizon, but they saw these 3. He said they were 200 feet across each. They were chromed and flashing the sun back. He said that they watched them move into a perfect equilateral triangle, and they just hung there for about 15 seconds. The whole crew was just sitting there looking at it, just gobsmacked and jaw dropped, And then after 15 seconds, he said they shot off. They shot off immediately, went down below the horizon line. He said they didn't accelerate to speed like you'll see, a car will rev up,
right.
A plane will start slow and work up to, he said it was instantaneous. They must have been traveling thousands of miles an hour because they were there and then suddenly they were gone. Now this is a pilot who's been flying for, over 30 years. He's a trained observer. He's knows what's supposed to be in the sky and what's not supposed to be in the sky.
Right. He's like, that is not normal.
So when I get a case like this, I've got a photo of the flight log, and there it is with date, and all 3 of the guys that were in the cockpit that saw this, It's just a fabulous case. And I have so many cases like that. People are talking about their sightings now because the stigma is not so great as it once was.
Yes.
It used to be if you said you saw a UFO, people would say you were crazy. Well, now on the 2017 front page of the New York Times, they told us about the Tic Tac, which was here off of Catalina Island.
Right.
And I believe that was the day that disclosure happened. It was official, yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for all of the work that you guys all do. It's so impressive, and we're so lucky to have you guys really doing the research out there. If people want to reach you or your organization, where can they do that?
If you go to MUFON.com.
If you haven't been to AleonCon before, I really suggest you stopping by in 2024. All right, Web Crawlers signing off.